Good morning, my name is Paul. Now, I think it's widely accepted that historically the Range Rover has been the benchmark and has been the go-to car if you want something which is very luxurious, gives you a commanding high sitting position, potentially really good off-road, and gives you all the options you could possibly think of. So if you're a CEO, business owner, someone high net worth individual, the Range Rover has been a real sort of a go-to car. Um, But you've had lots of Range Rovers. You've had them one after another because they've been going for so long, and you don't necessarily want another Range Rover. How do you out Range Rover a Range Rover? Well, I'll show you. The car behind me is a Bentley Bentayga. It's a hybrid. So it doesn't have the 6 litre W12, very complicated engine that they first came out with, and it doesn't have the fire-breathing 4 litre twin turbo engine, both of which are really high on emissions. It has a 3 litre turbocharged engine and electric motors, and between them they give you 462 PS, just over 450 brake horsepower. So it still gives you a good amount of power, a lot of performance, but it doesn't ruin the planet with high emissions. It means you can drive in a city without sort of poisoning everybody, for want of a better phrase. It's a bit more environmentally friendly. It is cheaper to run, although that's not why you buy a Bentley. Um, and it's behind me. It's a 2023, done 2,800 miles. I'd like to show you around. So this is, I'll come back to that in a minute. That's a wall charger. So this is a hybrid Bentley, petrol and electric, over 450 brake horsepower, 462 PS. Uh, very smooth. So where the electric where the electric power comes in and where it really comes into its own is any turbo lag experience from any petrol engine is soon um, smoothed out by an electric motor. Electric motor takes away any lag. You've got instant acceleration. It smooths out the power curve, so it makes for a very smooth driving experience, very smooth power delivery. It's nice and quiet, although when you put your foot down, it does sound nice. It does have a nice sport sound to it. It's one of the options this car's got. So it does feel ultimately very luxurious. The colour is dark sapphire, which is a dark metallic blue, which I love. I'm just going to move to the sunny side of the car and I'll see if I can show you the metallic in it. Where are we? There we go. My camera does tend to struggle a bit with metallic, but you can see it's a really nice glistening paint, for want of a better phrase. At the front, the attention to detail with this car, there are very few cars on the road today that you can buy that have the attention to detail that you get with a Bentley, especially a Bentley which has been breathed upon by Mulliner, and this car has. So looking at the front, we have these bright matrix grille, which is a chrome stainless steel style finish, and you can see you've got the grills. The lower grills are the same, all beautifully fitted. Everything fits perfectly because that's what it is. This is a Bentley. But a nice amount of jewelling at the front. And of course, they're not just there for show because they actually let air run through and they cool the various systems of the car. In here, you've got a radar on either side because you've got radar assisted cruise control. You can see in here we've got forward facing cameras, so there is a 360-degree camera system, which I'll show you when we move to the inside. One thing that's really interesting here is these lights are an absolute work of art. It looks like something out of a Superman movie. Kryptonite, but it's, as well as looking really cool, they are incredible. We're in the countryside here. At night, there's not a lot of street lamps. These are incredible. They're just so glistening, and you can see flashes of blue in there where they're reflecting the light from around the car. So fabulous. The wheels, you've got these directional 22-inch wheels, and they are machine faced and diamond cut. From first look you think maybe this is going to be black, but it's not. That's actually body color. So that is the same color as the body. It's dark sapphire metallic, and that ties these wheels in beautifully with the paintwork around it. And it's sat on P0 Pirelli tyres. An interesting thing here as well, you'll notice that the Bentley emblem is upright, much like you would expect with a Rolls Royce. So that is gimbaled. So that is designed to spin. It's weighted at the bottom, so it always lands the right way up. That is a really nice attention to detail item. You can see you've got privacy or sun protection glass to the rear windows. You've also got blinds, which I'll come to in a second. Again, those wheels look fabulous. That engine does sound nice. You've got electronic sports sound. It's a V6 engine. Does have a lovely noise. 4 exhausts coming out of the back. You can see the Bentley insignia there. And if I press that button, that lets me into the boot. So there is a set of carpets in the car already. What we also have is a second set of carpets in here and a third set of carpets. Now these are amazing. That just feels. These are the lamb's wool rugs, and they feel just amazing. It makes me want to jump in here with just my socks on. It's just a really, really nice thing. So there are 3 sets of mats with this car. The person who bought it did not scrimp on anything at all, which you'll notice when I go through the inside of the car. In here we have the first aid kit, the standard charger, which you can put in the car and you can plug into any other commercial charger. There is a normal battery trickle charger in there as well, and then you also have your wheel system, so i.e. if you have a puncture. There is a bespoke Bentley mat here protecting the carpet underneath. You can see you've got load runners there, so you can actually secure things to the inside of the car. And you've also got here 12-volt charger, and you can raise and lower the suspension because this car has air suspension, which will get you over obstacles, get you through deeper water, that sort of thing. Gives you more ground clearance. And a decent sized boot. Now I'm just going to show you what we have here, because this is actually a wall charger. Still in this box. So we've got a wall charger, we've got a charger that goes in the car, and we've also got a battery conditioner, as well as those 2 sets of mats. Now I'm going to push the button. The electric boot lid closes. Lovely. Again, attention to detail. The roof rails also match the chrome stainless style surround of the windows. Now I'm going to move to the inside of the car now. Now this is where it starts to get really interesting, because this is where you see where Mulliner have breathed on the car. So you've got a blue interior and a linen, and then you've got this really nice piano, imperial blue piano trim. So you would normally see piano trim in black in a lot of Range Rovers or other cars. That's in blue. You can see better here. Just sets off the interior of the car beautifully, and a very nice fabric sort of tweed affair there, which is all diamond cut and quilted. Beautiful double rows of stitching all the way around the outside. Name stereo. I don't think I've heard a stereo system that is quite as good as Name in any car. And you can see here memory functions. Attention to detail is staggering. It's absolutely staggering. So moving into the car, you can see this beautiful steering wheel. Now this is a duotone stitched steering wheel. Look at the Lovely contrast stitching all the way around the inside. The stitching around the outside matches the rest of the inside of the car. And then you've got this center mark in the middle here. All Mulliner. It is heated, it's multifunction, and it drives the virtual dash, which is in there, which I'll show you in a second. Tucked underneath here, if you can just see there, we have cruise control. Come on, camera, come to the party. My camera's really struggling because of the light. We have cruise control, and it is distance. It says a distance related, so it's radar assisted cruise control. So instead of, if you're set at doing 70 miles an hour, for example, the car pulls out in front of you doing 60, rather than hitting the brakes, this car will sense that the car in front has just moved out and it's going more slowly than you. It will slow down and hold pace with that car. And then when the car moves out of the way, this car will accelerate back up to where it was before. And you can actually, with the distance thing here, you can change the gap between you and the car in front to whatever you're comfortable with, whether it's closer or further away. Here you can see night vision, fabulous. I can't show you that during the day. And you can see here that you've got blind spot monitor, fog lamps, automatic headlamps, and you can adjust your head-up display, which if I just start the engine by putting my foot on the brake and pressing start, it's now leapt into life, and you can see there we have head-up display. And then this is a good chance to show you, because I can actually adjust what goes on here. I've customized the screen. To a reasonable degree. Lots of different options. So just by pressing these, you can scroll through different options. So you can show the EV drive, you can show the map for your navigation, you can show 2 dials. That's customizable. As we move to the inside, you can see more of this lovely imperial blue veneer. There's the drive select. So sport, Bentley, comfort, and custom. So it has a customizable driving experience. Now that works with the engine mapping, the gearbox, and so the accelerator pedal, as lovely as it is there, it doesn't just react to how far your foot goes. It reacts to the speed of your foot on the accelerator pedal, and that will change the character of the drive of the car depending on what you fancy at the time. From the four-wheel drive perspective, you've got hill descent control there as well, and you can turn the traction control off. So if you're on a muddy field, should you be in a muddy field, it'll get you through a lot more easily because traction control uses wheel speed sensors. Looking at the climate control, you can see you've got 2 settings, one for either side. There are also seat heaters and seat coolers, so we have a reason for having the perforations in the seat, and that reason is because we've got a fan in there which blows cool air onto your backside and onto the back of your lower back, and that will help to keep you cool or warm depending on which way you go. I'm just going to close the door so I can pop it into reverse. So which I press the button here, move it into reverse, and now you've got a really clear rear view camera, and you can see how clear that is. And then you've also got a 360-degree surround view, so it looks like a camera's looking down on the car. Now if I start to turn this steering wheel, you'll notice how the picture changes. So that now gives you a trajectory of where the wheels are pointed now, where the car's going to go if you start moving backwards. So that makes parking a lot easier. And if it's raining outside and the door mirrors are getting got covered in drops and that sort of thing, this makes parking a lot easier, especially if you're in town trying to get the car into a parking space, which looks challenging. So put it back into park, and I can scroll through. This has CarPlay, so you can see it has phone apps here as well. Very nice, simple thing to use. You can flick from phone to navigation, and then CarPlay if you have it installed. Lovely Bentley key. Down there we have wireless charging for your mobile device if your mobile device supports it. We have armrests that move backwards and forwards, and I can lift that up, and inside there we have USB tracker cards in there, another 12-volt charger. I'm just going to turn the engine off a second. And we've got auxiliary climate, which means that you can start the heating system before you get into it. Now, I want to have a look at these seats more closely, so I need to jump out a second. So, bicolor leather, this colour is called linen. This has been breathed upon by Mulliner. And I'm just trying to zoom in on the embroidery of these feathers. The colours are just superb. It just looks beautiful. Where else are you going to find embroidery like that inside a car? Scanning down through the rest of the seat, you can see the diamond quilted pattern here with two different colours of stitching. The Bentley emblem is in linen coloured stitching, and then you've got this lovely cross stitching and a blue piping on the edge all the way down there. And these are hand stitched. This car has hand stitching. Lots of lateral support, lots of perforators, and it's a really nice soft feeling leather. Now, just looking at here, you can see these are electric seats. There's a lot of movement in these seats, and you also have, if I just draw your attention to this section here, I'm going to push that forward, and you can see now you've even got an adjustment for underneath your knee. So depending on how short or long you are in the leg, that's going to be really comfortable. Lumbar support and massage function. This car is designed to be incredibly comfortable. The sill plaque says here, 1 of 1. It's got one of these on each of the doors. So handcrafted by Mulliner, 1 of 1, bespoke commission. Very, very special car indeed. It's all about attention to detail. And this car has it by the bucket load. If you're looking for a car with a sense of occasion, this car does that very, very well. Now if I close the door, just close it gently, you can see soft close, so you don't have to slam them. If I move towards the back, now you can see you have an open window. If I pull that up, in fact I need to have the ignition on. Put the ignition back on. So that will drop your window down in the usual way that we're all used to, which gives me an opportunity to point out that we have double glazing. So double glazing not only helps to keep the temperature inside warmer or cooler than outside, it also helps to keep the wind noise down and the road noise down. And it's also brilliant for security because it's a lot harder to break into a car that has double glazing, which this car has. Now if I pull that back up again, on top of the privacy or sun protection glass, we've now got a blind. So if you've got small children in the back or people who are a bit sensitive to sunlight, or for whatever reason, you can increase the amount of protection from the sun or anything on the outside by having those blinds deployed. You can see here that the headrests are adjustable. This one has been adjusted forward, that one hasn't, so they are very comfortable again. Picnic tables, one either side. Again, all following this lovely colour line of blue and linen, and the motifs extend to the rear headrests as well. Centre section in blue. More name speakers. Again, one of the best sounding audio systems I've ever come across, and maybe you can see that a bit better now. 1 of 1, handcrafted by Mulliner. Rear air conditioning and rear seat hot and cold operation from there as well. I'm going to draw your attention to this. If you look at these now, these are called organ stops. I'll show you in the front as well. That is a really smooth operation. It's just a lovely piece of engineering. It's hugely over engineered because it's just there One reason, reason only, to put a smile on your face. Now there's two in the back. There's one in the front. Beautiful movement. All that does is open and close the vent to allow air in or not. Now those are a £2,500 option because they are 18 karat gold plated. I don't know what to say really. 18 karat gold plated, and they are just beautiful. That is how you out Range Rover a Range Rover. So you can see here that the seats will fold, so you can fold them flat and you can put larger objects into the boot. You do have Isofix in the back here, and you've got 3 proper seat belts, and you can see here that you've got your panoramic roof with blind and soft closed doors to the rear as well as the front. Quite a nice thing here, nice thought. These tend to get scuffed. That's been PPF'd all the way along there, so that helps to keep it looking nicer for longer. This car is not a compromise. The fact that it's a hybrid is not a compromise. The fact that it's a hybrid just means it's more accepted in more places, but nothing has been compromised in the quality of this car. You can now see the blue, imperial blue piano a bit better. See how shiny that is. Now my camera's finally coming to the party. The condition of the leather is fabulous, and then we've got this beautiful design on the imperial blue to match what you've got on the head restraints. All bespoke, all by Mulliner. Just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. That's my camera. And then of course you've got the same adjustment on the passenger side as you do on the drivers. It's not quite as blue as it shows here. This camera does struggle every now and again. So that is the Bentayga, 2,800 miles, 2023, breathed upon by Mulliner. Welcome in most cities, or in all cities, because it's a hybrid, it's more environmentally friendly. A list price of a little over £265,000. I won't tell you what it is now, you'll have to look on our advert. So I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video and find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about the car, please visit our website, www.bramshawebv.com. Either drop us an email or a text or WhatsApp, or pick up the phone and speak to us. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching.